Okay, here we go. I'll start my highlight right around here. Hey guys, it's Archon, and today we're going to be playing Faster Than Light in a new segment. This is the first episode of the segment called Archon Teaches You How to Play a Game He's Never Played Before. So I have never played this game, but I'm going to teach you guys everything about it, how to play it, so you guys can be an expert at Faster Than Light. So a little bit of background on Faster Than Light before we get started. Faster Than Light was made by Lucasfilms. It was the first attempt at video games. This was recently, it's right after Konami and Namco had a falling out, and Lucasfilms was trying to salvage what they had left after Star Wars Episode 1 came out, and so this was kind of like a space-related game to get Lucasfilms back on the map, and I think it worked pretty well. A lot of the devs from World of Warcraft worked on this, so you're going to see a lot of similarities between Faster Than Life and World of Warcraft, and you'll notice that throughout the game. It's very apparent. So let's go ahead and get started. We're not going to do the tutorial because, of course, I'm teaching you how to play the game. So we're just going to go new game here. Now, I do have to give this disclaimer. I've never played this game before. So all of this information is likely to be 100% incorrect. I just want you to know going forward. Okay, so as you see, once we start the game, we get this message. Welcome to the Federation hangar. Here you'll be able to choose your ship, name it, and name your crew. So right here, we get to name stuff, as it says. Right now, only the Kestrel is available to you. That's the only one you start out with. But as you play, you unlock more. You get new stuff as you go. You can change the difficulty settings in top right. Basic stuff. If you're new, you might want to give easy a first shot. But we're going to go ahead and go with normal, because I want to teach you guys how to play it on full blast. Okay, so system not installed, which means we need to install the system. But first, we're going to rename this the Ship O' Death, okay? Because we kill things, not because we're going to die a lot. And we have our crew. We like their names, so we're going to keep it how it is. Can't find my cursor now all of a sudden. Okay, Ship of Death. There we go. We just had to hit enter. Hit enter after you type in your ship name, otherwise your cursor goes away. It's good to know. Now here, you can choose your ship. You only start with one, so we're going to stay with that one. You have a couple different layout options here. But we're going to go with layout type A. You can't choose layout type B, so don't go with it. You can hide rooms if you want to. That makes it so you don't see the rooms anymore. But we like to see the rooms while we're playing. Now our weapons, we have Artemis. It's a standard missile launcher. This is on most of the Federation ships. And we have a burst laser. This is an improved version of the burst laser, because this is the burst laser Mark II. Mark II is a little bit better than the Mark I laser, so I recommend that. And these are already on our ships. You can see there, it's a weapon, matches this slot right here. System's not installed on the drones, as you can tell. So everything looks pretty good. We're going to go ahead and get started. Now, the data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so you want to make sure you get the supplies first. You want to explore the sectors before moving on to the next. It's very important to go through all the sectors before moving on, but get to the exit before pursuing the rebel fleet can catch up. So there's things chasing you all the time. If you don't go fast enough, then they're going to catch up. And this game is called Faster Than Light, so the goal of the game, of course, is to get your ship traveling faster than the speed of light. That's the end point of the game. Just up to then, you're trying to increase the speed of your ship. Once you reach the speed of light, you've beat the game. So that's kind of what we're going for. Open the in-game menu by pressing escape, or you can restart. So yeah, that's basic stuff. I'll tell you about that later. We don't worry about it yet. Okay, so we are now out in space. We can jump. There's a jump mechanic in here. Kind of weird for a space game. Normally spaceships wouldn't jump, but we do here. You can auto fire if you want to, or you can take it off. We're going to keep it on for now. It's a little bit easier if you start with it on. So here we go. We can look at our ship if we want to. Ship looks good. We can see our shields are a little low, but that's kind of where you want it right now. Engines, you don't want those too high. It gets dangerous if you have a lot of engine. Oxygen, just the right amount of oxygen. About 1/3 of full oxygen is where you want to be. So we're looking pretty good on our ship. We don't want to undo anything, so we're just going to accept that, and we're going to go ahead and jump. And we're jumping. So now you have a few places you can go here. You have some unvisited locations you can go to, or you can go to these. The rebels will make the fleet pursuit slower, but will disrupt your sensors. So we don't want sensors disrupted, so we're going to go to this unvisited location here. Here we are now. A rebel autonomous scout is exploring this beacon. You attempt to hide behind a nearby moon, but it finds us. So we don't always get to choose what we do in this game. Sometimes things just happen to us. And here, it tells us. We tried to hide, we failed. So that happens. You fail sometimes. We got a rebel ship here. Now this rebel ship could be friendly. Sometimes the rebels are kind and sometimes they're not. But we don't know. But now it looks like they're shooting at us. That's what you just saw right there. That's them shooting at us. So we're gonna keep auto fire on. You know it's on if it's glowing there. So we're still getting shot here. You want to click on things just to make sure everything's going well. We got a groovy guy there. He's doing well. And you can see we're getting hit a little bit. You do want to get hit a little bit, so don't worry about that. Everything's going well. I'm just going to click on a few things here, make sure everything looks good. Just clicking some more things. Now, we don't want to be too hasty to attack their ship. That's the only reason why I haven't hit them yet, is we don't... If we anger them too early into the fight, then they get really mad, and then it gets really hard. So you want to start off by just feeling out the fight. You don't want to jump into attacking them. Now our shields are low. That might look like a bad thing right now, but you don't want your ships to be too high. You don't want your shields to be too high, rather. So let's make sure weapons. Click on the weapon to charge and fire. Just so you know, that's how you use the weapon. Is you click on it, and that charges it and fires it. Now you can see our hull is almost gone. We're gonna go ahead and do a jump move here. We're gonna jump back. Okay, so that's the basic fights. Now we didn't kill the ship yet. We want to make sure that we don't upset the rebels too early on. So we're just gonna make sure that our ship's doing all right here. Let's look at the ship. Okay, our shield's good. Everything's right where it was before. Our crew, they're doing good. Equipment, we still got all of our stuff. Okay, you want to make sure you're not missing any of your upgrades or equipment after fights like that, and we're good. We have all of our stuff still. Now, we could heal up here if we wanted to. There's several ways to heal, but you don't want to be too hasty in healing. If you heal too quickly, it could override the ship's engines and other mechanics and stuff. So we're just gonna make sure our crew's doing all right. You guys doing cool? Okay, they don't have any skills, no exceptional traits about them. That's a good way to start. If you get over-skilled crew members, then they think they're superior to the other ship. Now that beeping right there, that's a sign that we're doing not too well. Now, you don't want to beat the game your first try. Getting the game over, don't get frustrated about it early on. That's the intended result there. Your crew members are going to die the first time, but don't worry, because every time you get a game over, your crew members come back a little bit stronger. So, so this is exactly where we want to be. We're going to go ahead and restart. The data you carry is vital. Remember this, Federation fleet. It's just going to go ahead and start over the game, but this time we're going to be a little bit stronger. It helps us get through the end a bit faster, so we're going to go ahead and continue here. Now this is just like before. Make sure everything on our ship's there. Our crew is back. You can kind of tell there's a little bit stronger. This one had some crew skills before, and now he doesn't. He was probably feeling a little superior. Like I said, you don't want them to be too skilled. So we're looking a little bit better than we were before. We have this danger meter. That means we're inside of my screen resolution is really low, but I know what it means. My sensors are not functional, but the rebel fleet will advance more slowly towards me, so that's good. You don't want the rebels advancing too quickly. So Grizzly's looking good. Everyone's health is nice. Here we got some weapons. This fires 3 lasers, 1 damage each. We're gonna go ahead and we're just kind of drag these up here, and this lets the ship know that you approve this. You just do that a few times. You just drag it up here a few times. Okay, we're good. We're online. You can click to drag and rearrange, like I said, and you can put these. You can put these anywhere really. It doesn't look like it's going anywhere, but it is. Just trust it. And we're gonna go ahead and jump. We're not gonna jump yet though, of course, because we want to make sure auto fire's on. And now we're gonna jump. Now, of course, we have these areas where the rebels will advance slower, but it's going to disrupt our sensors. Now, sensors can help you when you're sensing things, but it's good to have slower rebels. So let's go ahead and go to this first area here. Okay, so we have found a rebel station near a small rebel, or a rebel ship near a small rebel space station. Without functioning sensors, though, it's impossible to tell what's inside. So sometimes you don't know what you're getting into in the fights. Sometimes your sensors aren't working like this. So we can either attack the automated ship to get to the station, or we can avoid provoking the ship. Now, we already did avoid fighting the rebels first, so we're kind of on their good side now. They're not going to see this coming if we attack them. That's why we got the game over the first time. Again, that might have looked unintentional. You want to get that first game over. So we're going to go ahead and attack the automated ship to get to the station. Now we have our burst lasers. We're just going to go ahead and click on those and then click to attack. Now last time we waited to attack. This time we're going to go ahead and just initiate the attack right away, because again, they don't see us coming. After we got that first game over, there's no way that they knew we were coming. That's why we were able to get the first hit off this time. Now you can see why that game over was so important. So that's gone, and the ship's destroyed. So that's pretty easy. It's pretty basic there. You just click on the weapon, you choose what looks to be a weak spot, and the ship will go. And then you salvage stuff. So as you kill ships, you're going to get scraps. And then because we killed the ship, we can go to the station now. So the station is a storage site for military-grade weapons. That's how most space stations are. You find one that can be easily attached to the ship. Again, it's telling us what we do. We don't always get to control that. We get 9 scrap and a weapon hull smasher laser Mark II. So we already have the burst laser Mark II, but now we got a hull smasher. So now you see we have this here. We can drag it into the weapon slot. It doesn't look like it's going in, but you just got to keep dragging it. You just drag this around to different spots. And the ship knows. The ship kind of understands, okay, you want that there, and it'll get around to it when it can. We're going to make sure that auto fire is toggled the way we want it to. And again, you can just hit V if you want to. Just V, auto fire. It's a little tip. Game's not going to tell you that, but pro tip right here, Archon the Wizard. So if we want to, we can stay here, wait for more rebels. But we did just kill one of their ships, so they're going to be upset. We're going to go ahead and use our jump mechanic again. And you can just pick wherever you want to go. Now, there are some advanced strategies on which direction you go in, what the order that you do these in, but we're just going to go ahead and go with this one. It would take me a long time to explain how you choose which place you jump to next, so we're just going to, just don't worry about it. Choose whatever one you want. You'll learn more about that later. And so it's hard to see why, but the beacon is apparently a tourist destination. There's lots of tourists in this game, too. Try to avoid killing tourists. It does upset the rebels more. They'll send more ships on you. One of the ships at the small station is offering a deal, so you get to do these deals throughout sometimes. Sometimes the deals are good, and sometimes they're bad. Now here we can trade two of our fuel. That's why it says -2, and we get 5 of their missiles. Now, missiles are good, but so is fuel. But missiles do help us kill stuff, and fuel rarely helps you kill things. So we're going to take the trade. Always take missiles over fuel. Okay, so here we are. We're in this new area, and we had a trade here. Now, we could leave now, or we can just stick around and see what happens. We can check how our crew's doing. We got Gruzy is getting better at that. You see that icon there? It looks like someone like flexing their arms, and he's getting a little bit better at it. It's because he's getting stronger. So Gruzy's been Grozily has been working out on the ship a lot. He's getting stronger, so his bar starts to go up. That helps a lot on in-ship brawls. Sometimes your crew members will fight. Grozily's most likely to win here because the other ones have no strong arm points. So that's good for Grozily, but it can, you want to balance that. It'd be good if the other two got a little bit stronger too. Everything looks good here. We're going to accept this, and I could wait around here. Now, some stuff does happen when you wait around, but we might want to find what else is out there. So we're going to use our jump mechanic again, and we're going to go. Now, we could go to the store. You can buy things at the store. You can buy souvenirs. You can buy food. You can buy new weapons. You can trade out crew members. But we don't want to go to the store yet. We still want to keep exploring first. We don't have enough space dollars to buy anything that's exciting. So a black market weapon trader spins me a tale of dangers of the nebula before pushing his wares. Now, black market traders are known to lie to you, and they're constantly trying to tell you things that are not true. So he's telling us the dangers of the nebula. Nebula is probably fine. Don't listen to black market traders, and any chance you get, kill them. Kill black market traders because they're jerks, and so we're gonna go ahead and attack the black market trader. Now we're gonna use our burst laser again, and we're gonna track this dollar sign right here. You can see it's kind of like a dollar sign. That's because when you kill it, money will come out, and that's the way you get the money from the black market traders. Now you can see he has hit our back end tailpipe here. It's not too important. We're just gonna keep auto attacking his money center. Now you see we do miss a few times. It's just part of the game. You're gonna miss a little bit, but our engines are critical. Now that's the state we want them to be in. If our engines are critical, that means that our missiles are gonna fire a little bit harder. Our engines work the hardest when they're critical. Now we could be using our hold laser as well, but we don't have quite enough system power, so we're gonna keep just using the burst laser. And you see we're doing good against the weapons, the money center here on his ship. It's going well. Now we did lose our burst laser there, and you might think, well, you're in trouble now because you lost your burst laser. But no, it's not really as big of an issue as you might think. We still have our health center. That was also unimportant. And Grozely and all three of our crew members are doing just great. So they're gonna keep doing well there. Now we do want to take off auto fire at this point because your missiles will try to fire even if you don't have them anymore. We got some heals that we can do if we want to, but we don't want to do that now. Our shields are critical, so that's good. Now we can open a star map and jump somewhere, but we can't right now because we're offline. So we're gonna go ahead. At this point, you just want to let the other ship kind of burn himself out. Eventually, they're going to run out of juice, and then you can take advantage of them. So, so that's kind of the strat. It might have looked like we were trying to do something else at the beginning of the fight, but especially with these black market dealers, they're the weakest after they've been attacking for a while. So everything's looking right where we want it to look right now. We could look at our ship with V, but you don't want to do that during a fight. So we're just going to let things kind of play out here. Now, of course, we want to keep auto fire off, and everything's looking good. Sometimes you can just click around, just to make sure everything's going well. Grozely's still strong, and yeah, we got weapons. Things are looking good now here. Yeah, we got a strong pilot there. Our engines are critical, but that's fine. Now, if you want to, you can communicate with your ship mates here. You can click on them. It'll tell you their health. And you can see they're not panicking at all. That's usually a sign that things are going well. They do start to panic a lot. It's not going well. We can highlight this area of the ship, and we, as you see, we still have the important part of the ship, which is this part right here. It looks kind of like a motor on the back of a boat. That is the motor. Now those two ship members have died, as well as our third one. Again, just like the first time, sometimes it looks like it's a bad idea to get a game over, but don't worry about it. We're actually doing really well right now. As you notice, our ship mates stayed alive a lot longer, so we're gonna go ahead and keep going. We're gonna restart. We already know this stuff. We're at our ship. Now, as you can see, our shipmates are busy. They're getting a little bit stronger every time we get the game over. Now this is the time that we're really going to go ahead and make a push to beat the game. We're going to try to get that speed faster than the speed of light. Of course, that is how you beat the game, faster than light. So everything's looking good. We're going to try the Artemis this time on a weapon. So it knows we want it, but we're just going to go ahead and put on Burst Laser and Artemis. There we go. Both of those are on, and we want the auto fire feature because our engines are back online. And we're just going to go ahead and check out our ship. Yep, everything's here. Crew members are still here. Grozely's not as strong anymore, so that's good. And we got all of our equipment. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and jump. We're going to take a jump to this one right here. It's an unvisited location closer to the nebula. Closer to the nebula, you usually have more exciting things going on. Now, scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials. So asteroid fields will spawn sometimes when you're exploring nebulas. That's like why I said go close to the nebula, and you can get some useful materials for that. So we're going to go ahead and explore it. It says don't worry, it's not too dangerous. They'll try to convince you that asteroid fields are dangerous, but you just always explore them. And as you see, we got 3 missiles, 17 scrap. What did I tell you? Always explore the asteroid fields. So we're going to go ahead and continue. We're not going to waste too much time here. We're in an asteroid field, so we're going to leave. Always going closer to the nebula. Like I said, unvisited location. Here we go, going more into the nebula, and here we have arrived near a damaged and dilapidated space station. Space stations, great places to visit. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint life signatures on board. Now we can board the space station, look for survivors, or scrap some of the debris. Now we don't care too much about the survivors, and they're probably just tourists. So we're going to go ahead and scrap some of the debris. We got 22 scraps. We'll go ahead and continue. We're just going to jump out here. As you can see, it plays kind of like Oregon Trail. Like I said, some of the developers of this game came from World of Warcraft. The rest of the developers did come from Oregon Trail. So that's kind of why you see the similarities between the two. It's like Oregon Trail meets World of Warcraft, of course, made by Lucasfilms, though, whereas you get the space theme. So we can go to store, or we can go this way, but we, of course, want to go closer to the nebula. So we're going to go out this way. Now these scraps are going to come into play later, but don't worry about them yet. We recognize this ship as a well-known slave trader. So slave traders, not as bad as you would think, okay? They do trade slaves, but he hails you and offers laborers for cheap. So laborers, it's the nice way of saying slaves. Now we can buy 1 slave and free them to join our crew. Costs 48 scrap. We can attack the slaver scum. Calls him slaver scum. I think it's a harsh word. Or we can ignore the slaver and continue on our way. Now, we could have an extra crew member. It's nice to have an extra crew member. However, it does cause some additional drama and tension on the ship when you have those extra crew members. So we're going to go ahead and just ignore him. Again, he's not as bad as he sounds. Okay, so thank you for your offer. We don't want the extra drama. We're going to get out of here. And we're going to go over here. We've explored the entire nebula. We can't go any closer. We're going to see whatever's this way. Okay. So this beacon is being patrolled by an unmanned scout. So sometimes scout ships have men on them, and sometimes they're unmanned. And the unmanned ones, they seem safer. Sometimes they're more dangerous. Drones, they're faster, smarter. A fight is unavoidable, so we can't avoid this time. We're just going to go ahead and continue. Ship starts to power up its FTL drive. The FTL drive, of course, stands for the Lost drive, and so that's a good thing. When they power up the For the Lost drive, it means it's pretty obvious. I don't really have to explain that part. If it gets away, it will no doubt warn the fleet of your position. So we want to kill this guy. Go ahead and continue. Our weapons are online. We want to stop it from getting away, so we're going to destroy this parachute thing here. We're just going to auto-fire our burst lasers on the parachute thing, and Artemis as well. Just go ahead. Now we don't have enough system power to do both Artemis and the burst laser, so we're just gonna go ahead and go with Artemis only right now. Now these crew members can put out the fire if they want to, but sometimes they're busy. Sometimes you don't want them to put out the fire, so you just can go ahead and let them do their thing. But sometimes, you know, you can ask politely, but they kind of make their own decisions for the most part. You can double click on them and then right click, and then they'll move. Sometimes, you know, you don't want to be too pushy with your crew members, otherwise they start to rebel. So you click once to open doors, and then so you go ahead and put out that fire. Way to go, crew member. Now we don't have weapons anymore. Now sometimes your weapons do become a burden on your ship, and it's harder for your crew members to get around. Now, that's why we let the weapons go, is so the crew members can get around here. Now he's busy, so you're not gonna be able to bother him while he's busy, but we can always get another crew member here. Now they're doing a jacking motion, as you can tell. The scout jumps away. Certainly has informed the fleet of your position, so that's what we were trying to do. We could have killed the scout, and we could have salvaged everything from that scout if we wanted to. But then we would have only gotten the stuff from that one scout. So we went ahead, we let him get away, and now he's going to send the entire fleet at us, and that'll get us a lot more scrap so we can purchase stuff at the store and buy slaves and stuff. We're not going to want to jump yet. So we're going to look at our ship, make sure everything's still here. Again, we want to make sure nothing's missing. So everything looks good. No drones are installed. You want to stay away from drones. They can turn on you. We're getting a few more crew skills here. We have the right amount of power bars. Okay, power bars are really essential. Your crew members will get hungry throughout the trip, and regular food is just not very plentiful in space. So you stock up on power bars. It's a good source of nutrition when you can't get like a full meal. And we got 8 of them, and there's only 3 crew members, so we're doing fine on power bars. Okay, so accept that, and we're gonna go ahead and just let our crew members hang out on the ship a little bit. You never know what they might want to do here. You can suggest things to them, but usually, you know, they have their own idea of what's best to do at this point. Now you see some of our systems are offline, and we don't. Our criticals are our engines are in critical condition. Critical might sound like a bad thing, but sometimes critical's the best situation your engines can be in. And so we're just going to let our crew members think this over for a while. You don't want to rush them at any moment. We do want to turn auto fire off, of course. That took a little while. Now their health is going down. We're probably better off with 2 of the crew members. And you know what? Actually, let's go ahead and get one more game over. I know I said we were going to make a push for it, but I think, yeah, there we go. Okay, just like I wanted to. Right there, we got the game over. Sometimes 2 game overs is right. Sometimes 3 game overs is better. It's just going to make you that much stronger. This is what you would call easy mode. Is you get the extra game overs, and then your crew's a little bit stronger. As you can see, we're getting a little bit further each time. But this time we will make the push to get faster than the speed of light. So let's let our crew members walk around the ship a little bit, get acquainted with it. It's something I forgot to mention the first time is you want to make sure your crew members. Okay, so he doesn't. Sometimes he does what you want him to, and sometimes he doesn't. There we go. Okay, so he's making a way around the ship. There he goes. Okay, yeah, he really wants to feel this out. So we're gonna have him. Sometimes the crew members being too close to each other is what causes all the fights. So we're gonna spread them out a little bit. He looks like he's doing something there. He's probably working out so he can get his strong points up. So we're gonna have the other crew member come over here and work this room back here. We're gonna put our Artemis and our burst lasers online, so they're going ahead and charging up there. Now we're gonna go ahead and jump. After, yeah, those are online now. Get our auto fire going, and we'll go ahead and jump. Always going closer to the nebula, like I said before. So here we go. Okay, here we go. So there's a ship with pirate markings orbiting nearby planets. This is pretty common to see pirate ships. They're not traditional pirate ships. Of course, they are pirate spaceships, but they act very much the same way. They still have the eye patches and the wooden legs and all that stuff. So you receive this hail. Anything is possible for the right price. They want us to hire some mercenaries that we don't have any scrap yet, so we can't hire them, but we will fight the ship. Pirates are known to have a lot of scrap and booty. Booty is another currency. It only applies to pirate ships. Mercenaries are worse than rebels. I knew that. I was just telling you guys that. The only honorable course is to engage the mercenary in battle, which is, of course, what we want to do here. So we're going to take our burst lasers here. We're going to fire at their weapons because it's hard to attack us if they don't have weapons. We're going to do the same thing with Artemis. Now, of course, they are going to fire back. But we'll take out their weapons quickly. You have clearly beaten us. Pirates are known to be a bit of pussies, if you don't mind me saying. That's just a known thing about pirates and a lot of lore, and it applies to Faster Than Light as well. So we can accept their offer, which is 4 drone parts. 4 fuel, 1 drone part, and 9 scrap. Or we can just kill them. But we're going to go ahead and accept the parts. You find sometimes the deals they give you are better than what you get from them actually helping you. And our crew members are busy doing different stuff. You can see Marland here is preparing a meal, probably a Hot Pocket or one of those power bars. We have Kletzen back here. He's just playing some Sudoku. That's important to keep the people on your ship busy. Now you don't have to open the doors for your crew members. They can open the